Welcome to Cooking with Rorius.
Hey guys, Rorius here. Welcome back to another mini Cooking with Rorius. I haven't done one of these in a while, so I wanted to just do something little and fun. I saw this recipe a while ago. I was looking up why banana is never made into jam like other fruits and stuff are. And I ended up stumbling upon this little recipe for banana jam that looks nice and simple and short. So I thought, I'm gonna do that. And what better day to do that than the day we hit 2,900 subscribers. There's like a mini celebration for 2,900 subscribers. I thought we'd make some banana jam. Be very channel on brand, you know, banana related stuff. I have to crouch like this, otherwise my camera can't see my face. This is my normal standing height. So for the camera to see me, I have to go like this. So, we start off, we have 3. I've actually halved the recipe because I didn't want to make so much of this jam. I wanted to just try it out, you know. So we've got 3 large bananas. We have half a cup and 2 tablespoons of granulated sugar with a tablespoon of brown sugar on top of that. We've got the juice of a lime with 1 tablespoon of water mixed in. And finally, for the end, we're going to add vanilla bean extract. This recipe originally called for a tablespoon of rum, I believe, or a teaspoon. It was either a teaspoon or a tablespoon of rum as well, but I didn't want to have the rum flavor in there, so I decided to omit it. Because you can omit it, thankfully. Oh, I don't know if I mentioned it was half a teaspoon of vanilla bean extract. The recipe did say if you want to omit the rum, perhaps increase the amount of vanilla bean extract, so we might go back up to 1 teaspoon as opposed to half a teaspoon, depending on how it tastes once we've cooked it. So, we start off by peeling and just loosely breaking apart 3 bananas. So just break off a few pieces. Ideally you'd probably want your, and just stick them in a pot. Ideally you'd probably want your bananas to be a little riper than this, but unfortunately I tried to prepare for that. I tried to prepare in such a way that I would have ripe bananas for this recording, but that did not happen, unfortunately. So I'm just gonna use these ones that are probably the yellowest ones we have. So yeah, just break them up into little bits. So you should have something a little like that. Hopefully that's in focus, and you can see it. Continue, do that for the other 2. Okay, so just while we're doing this, there's a recipe originally called for double what I'm doing. It originally called for 6 bananas, and I just thought that would make way too much for just like me and my dad to have. So I thought I'd halve it, make a little bit less, and try and use it, you know, quickly. This is not designed to be canned or, you know, preserved for super long times outside of the fridge, because it doesn't have the same, I believe the reason that they don't make banana jam typically is that other fruits have pectin in it, which helps make the jam set, but also the kind of stuff you do with a normal jam, that the things you add to it and stuff are designed to keep it preserved for a long period of time. This doesn't have quite the same stuff. Other than the sugar, it doesn't really have quite the same preserve-ness to it. And it's way quicker to make, so it's like a trade-off. Less preservable, faster and easier. So, once we've got all our bananas mashed, broken to bits, then we add the sugars. We add all the sugar to this mix. And basically, what we want to do now is mash them up. So the recipe calls for the banana and sugar to be mashed until the sugar is syrupy. Unfortunately, I had to wait for a bit because my computer decided that it was going to update middle recording. But yeah, basically we want to mash all this up. I don't know if you can see that. I'll show you a close-up of it while I'm doing it, actually. Basically, we want to mash this up until this all becomes smooth and syrupy. I want all the banana to be goopy. So yeah, I'll return once this is syrupy. Okay, well I'm going to assume that this is sort of what they were talking about, where there's still lumps of banana in there, but all the sugar is all like, formed into the like syrupy mass that is the banana. I don't know if I'm even in shot. I don't have a camera designed for this. From here, it's all gonna be you and me together. We're not gonna have the stand, because the rest of this involves me cooking the stuff. So yeah. So now we want to set this over medium-low heat. So we're going to put this at sort of like 3 or 4 on my settings. This is out of 9, so this is sort of half heat. And we want to basically have it on medium-low so as to get this sort of just simmering just a little bit. I think we just want it to get a little warm, essentially. And then once it warms up a little bit, we'll add the liquid ingredients. Unfortunately, at this stage, I'm not able to use my microphone. So I'm gonna have to use the phone microphone. So yeah, I've got my water and lime juice prepared here for when this starts to simmer, which might be a little while away. Some people making this recipe suggested that they actually didn't even need to add the water or lime juice to it and it still was fine. So apparently this syrupy mixture is already sort of right enough consistency that you could almost leave it as is and just add the final other stage products. But the recipe I'm following suggests to get this up to heat, up to sort of a temperature, and then add your liquid, and then basically cook it for about 10 to 15 minutes. Yeah, I'm gonna speed this process up. I'm gonna stick this up to full bore, just so that we can get it up to temperature a little faster, and then I'll drop it. I should mention, I'm trying to mention this every time, generally, but every time I make one of these recipes, almost every time, minus the banana cake that I made, this is always the first time I'm making this thing. So I've literally never done this before. This is literally the first time I'm doing it. So this could be a disaster. Every single Cooking with Roryus could be a disaster. Because there's zero prep other than just getting a recipe. I'm starting to smell the banana now, so I'm starting to think this might be hot enough. It's starting to make sort of noises as if it's hot. Like when I bring cold stuff to the bottom. Makes a little bit of a sizzle. Alright, let's drop the temperature now. Drop it down to 4 again. And this is when it said to add the liquids. So let's add our lime juice and water to the mix. Ooh, that had a bit of a volatile reaction. Be careful when making this. I might put the temperature up a little more. So this is just, when I say medium to low heat, it's just a fine adjustment. Might put it up to about 6 on my temperature gauge. And now basically we want to cook this for about 10 to 15 minutes to get it to the consistency we want. Although it's already pretty thick. I'm already pretty happy with that consistency. But we'll let it cook a little. I've only been cooking this for a few minutes, but I'm already pretty satisfied with the thickness of this. It's already just like what I would, mashed banana like I would make for a sandwich. So I might leave this here. I might just take it off the heat already. So you remove from the heat your final preferred thickness of your jam. Jam. I can't do this with 3 hands. Oh, with 2 hands, I should say. Gotta add my vanilla bean extract. Which is about a half teaspoon. Can't quite get it full. I'll put a little bit extra in because I didn't add the rum. But basically, while your banana is still warm, you add your vanilla bean extract. I'll add a dash more. Yep, that'll do. There's probably a full teaspoon there. Oh, and I got a new mixer. And mix that all up. I'm gonna use my other hand. 1 second. Alright, I think that'll do it. Now we're gonna put this, while it's still hot, we put this in some jars. I originally wasn't gonna return to this spot for the rest of the recording, but I decided that for jarring our mixture, it'd probably be a lot easier if I could use both my hands. Now that we've got our jam mixture, although it's a bit thicker than the jam I would normally use. This is pretty much just what I would normally spread on my toast. My soft. I I like to put banana on toast or banana on other things. Just a banana sandwich. Basically, yeah, we're just gonna, because of the thickness of ours, we can just spoon ours in. If yours is a little thinner, then you'll have, you can probably more easily pour it. The original mixture was supposed to be able to make about 3 jars worth of jam. This, because I halved it, I'm assuming it's only about 1.5 jars. Thankfully, my mum likes to make jam from time to time, so we just have some jars lying around. I think part of the reason this isn't considered like fully preservable is that it's still quite chunky. I think that's by intention. I think it's supposed to still be kind of chunky. So it still has pockets of air inside your jars. Either that or I've made it wrong, and I'm just a doof. But I feel like this is what it sort of looked like on the pictures of the recipe. Oh, I forgot to mention, this recipe is made by Rory. Put in a clip and talk about the fact that there's a link in the description to the recipe. So actually, with these jars, with this size of jar, it actually sort of made a perfect little tube. I just have a tiny little bit left in here. I might just put this straight on a piece of bread, and I'll eat it in front of my camera at my desk. Yeah. A little jar of banana jam. I should get a little sticker and put like Rory's banana jam. Putting a flat 2D object onto a 3D shape. It's all funny on the edges. There we go. Rory's banana jam. Yeah. Now I'm gonna let these cool before we stick them in the fridge. I'll see you back at the desk. Alright, we're here. This was the first jar we made. Rory's banana jam. And I made another jar. Also labeled it. So I said I wouldn't, but then I did. Rory's banana jam. So I got 2 full little jars of banana jam. And that little bit of leftover we had, I put on a little piece of bread. Let's taste it. Let's see what it's like. Yeah. It's like a little bit sweeter, with those hints of like lime and vanilla on a squashed banana sandwich. That's what it tastes like. This is exactly what I was kind of expecting, and I enjoy squashed banana on a piece of bread. So it's not really jam, by the way. This is more like banana preserves. Jam has a very specific like definition, what it is, what constitutes a jam. This doesn't really meet those definitions, but it's just it's a good, as I said, it was a good preserved so that you can like whip it out of the cupboard quickly and just spread some on a piece of bread or spread some on something, so that you don't have to mash up your own banana when you go to have a banana sandwich. I do like to have a banana sandwich, so I'm probably gonna eat all of this. Oh yeah, so this recipe was made by, I'm gonna butcher this name, I'm sorry. She was named Emma Laperouk. There's a link in the description to go to the recipe if you want. I believe the first time I thought about making this, thought about banana jam, was I was talking to some people on the stream about how I like to have a banana sandwich, and people were like, what the hell's a banana sandwich? And I was quite surprised, I was quite shocked. No one's ever heard of a banana sandwich before, or at least the people I was talking to had never heard of a banana sandwich before, which is literally just, you mash up a banana, and you put that on a sandwich. It's like literally it. And so it made me think like, yeah, like people have heard of like a strawberry sandwich, or a raspberry sandwich, or whatever, because those are things that are made into jam and then spread on a piece of bread. I was like, why does banana not have a jam? Why does no one make banana jam? And so that's what led to this idea. And I found her recipe. It was like one of the first ones I found, and I just decided, you know what, let's give it a go. And I did my own sort of takes on it. Hers is a little bit thinner, I think. And the way you'd achieve that is you'd probably use either slightly riper bananas than I used. Another way you'd achieve that, add a little bit more water or lime juice, depending on what flavor you want out of your
jam. And of course, I left out the rum because I didn't want the rum flavor. I'm not a huge fan of alcohol flavors in things. Even though there's a tiny bit of alcohol in the vanilla extract, that's about all I can tolerate. Yeah, so, if you want to go make it yourself, there's a link in the description. I wanted this to be a nice little short and sweet cooking with Rorius because I haven't done one in a little while. I also had seen that it was banana related, so I was like, oh, perfect, channel branding. I've had this recipe written down for a while, but I realized, of course, we just hit 2,900 subscribers. So I wanted to do a little something to celebrate that. There's gonna be some more stuff coming right up as well, but this is the official the official celebration of 2,900 subscribers on the Rorius channel. Thank you guys for coming around and subscribing. I'm sure most of you didn't subscribe for Cooking with Rorius, but it's become a channel staple now that we do some cooking videos, we do some singing videos, we do some... The rest of the videos are all gaming videos, but you know, like I did a dramatic reading the other day, like a month ago. That was fun. That was fun. We'll do more of those in the future. I just gotta find the right content to dramatically read. Whatever the case, enough rambling. If you like what you saw, hit like. If you want to see more from me, then subscribe. Let me know how if you make this, if you decide to make some banana jam, let me know how it goes. If you do make something, post a video or an image on the Rorius subreddit so I can take a look and see what you guys make. That's always really cool to see. I will just add a little bit at the end here. I don't mean to ramble on. I literally just said enough rambling. Other than one other Cooking with Rorius video that I have planned, I'm probably going to tone back the Cooking with Rorius videos a little bit, even though you'd say, well, I already toned back. The reason I say that is that I've actually started a new, rather strong, rather powerful diet. Cooking videos, more like food-related videos, is probably not gonna help with my diet. So for the most part, unless I'm doing like, you know the one that I'm talking about, there's one coming up, eventually, that we'll do. But other than that, I have a plan to at least dial it back. If I'm gonna be making any more Cooking with Rorius videos, they're gonna be pretty short, and they're gonna be literally just me making like my dinner for my dad and I. I'll make the thing game related in some way, you know, if there's a food from a game. Like someone just recently suggested a Cooking with Rorius Resident Evil 8 edition, because there's dishes you can make to like boost your health and stuff in Resident Evil 8. So I could like examine what dishes they've made, and then like literally just make that dish and see what it's like. And hopefully I'll get increased health from it. But yeah, so there's an idea, and those dishes that are made in Resident Evil 8, they're fairly normal dishes, so they would just work well as my dinner for that night. So yeah, that kind of thing I might continue to do. But in terms of like baked goods and like, I don't want to spoil it in case you don't know, but I don't want to create stuff that's like super fatty, full of sugar, full of fat, full of whatever. If it's not going to be my dinner as well. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. Expect more variety content coming up soonish. But until then, thank you so much for watching. And until the next time we meet. Thank you for 2,900 subscribers.